to make sure we get. Tonight, I'm really excited because we're going to be talking about the manifestation process. Okay, I have so many people come to me and say, Kath, like, I want to learn how to manifest. I want to learn how to create the business and the life and the impact that I love. I want to be in flow and I want to feel empowered, but how do I do that? And it's like, you know what? You're already manifesting. Okay, you're already creating because we are co-creators. We are creating a result all the time, but it depends on what result we're actually seeing in our physical reality based on what it is that we're focusing on. So if we are in what I call a victim mentality, or if we're stuck and disempowered, we're going to be creating results that we don't want in our world because that's where our mind is focusing. But if we focus on what it is that we actually do want, then we're going to be creating more of what it is that we do want. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. I'm going to have some fun with you guys tonight, and I would love for you to participate. I don't just want to be talking at you because that can be kind of really boring, right? I love to have fun on our calls. I love for us to interact a little bit as well. And so, as you can see in front of us, we're talking about the 4 key pillars of success. This is the manifestation process. And we talk about the very first pillar here, as you can see, is our intention. So this is about your purpose, your big why. What is the why that makes you cry? Defining what it is that you want, your vision and your goals. The second pillar of success are your belief systems. Now, one of the things that I really love to mentor entrepreneurs on, just like you, is around the psychology, how our brain, how our nervous system actually works, and how it's actually wired for your success. Okay, and we're going to tap into the power of your mind, but this is all about reframing the unseen beliefs that are hidden away, tucked away in the deepest parts of our mind, in our unconscious parts of our mind that we don't even know are there, that sabotage your success. So let me know in the comments below with the number 2 if you ever experience any of these self-sabotaging behaviors. Perfectionism, procrastination, distraction. Maybe you're doing the work, but you're not actually getting the results that you want. Okay. Did I say procrastination? I think I did, right? Because I was a huge procrastinator. So that's always big on my list. Actually, I was all of those things. Okay. Let's face it. We're human, right? And every single human being actually has this. And one of the things that I love to do as a human behavior specialist is I love getting to the root cause of what causes those self-sabotaging behaviors. Now, we're not going to be on that call tonight, but I promise you in the next couple of masterclasses, I'm going to be bringing you processes to work on getting rid of the limiting beliefs. And I mean actually deleting them for good. Sarah, I can see you smiling there because you've done these processes, right? And you have had a massive shift and transformation this last month or so. And I can see it and I can feel it as well, my love. Amazing. The other thing that we work on as well are the toxic emotions, the low vibration emotions. So we're talking about mental health here, right? We're talking about the toxic emotions that hold us back: sadness, grief, shame, guilt, right? Depression, anxiety, disappointment, past hurts. We're actually going to be bringing you a process that's going to help you to clear any unwanted emotion that is weighing down heavily on you. Okay, so that's going to be coming up in future masterclasses as well. So that's the second pillar of success. We really want to clear the channels of that flow of abundance that's on its way to you, right? The joy and the love and the freedom and the happiness and the abundance that each and every single one of you so innately deserves. Give me a 3 in the box if you want to experience more of those things in your world and in your business. More joy, more freedom, more abundance, more money, more happiness. Yes, wow, I can see that. Wow, Kelly Bolden, it's like 3333333, right? If that's not a sign, I'm a monkey's uncle, right? So that's really cool. So we're going to be working on that pillar of success as well. The third pillar of success is taking action, right? So yes, I get to do some therapeutic coaching with you, but we also get to do some strategic coaching as well. And the action pillar of success is all about identifying and taking that next step. Okay. So what that's all about is that's the logical plan of success. That's us showing our faith in our goals and our dreams and what this business can be for you in creating the business and the life and the impact that you love to make in the world, changing lives, right? So this is about what are the next steps. We're going to be working on that a little bit tonight as well, okay? And then the fourth pillar of success that you can see there, Jade, Zara, Tay, Annie, is all about grace, right? It's about the super consciousness. It's about divine intelligence. It's getting into alignment. This is the energy work that we get to do. It's tapping into your soul, connecting in with the truth of who you are, standing in your power, standing in your truth, unapologetically. Who is ready to do that? More of that? Me too, absolutely. And this is where we get to talk about frequency, vibration, soul work. And this really lights me up because when I was connected to super conscious, for me, it's God. For you, it might be something else. You can give that a name, whatever you resonate with. Universe, angels, divine, okay, God, right? It's the source of all life and the source of love. And when you are aligned with love, I promise you, you will experience true freedom, my friend. And that's what I'm excited for you as well. So what we're going to be talking about tonight is the very first pillar of success. Okay, we're going to be going through these different pillars on our mindset masterclass calls together. Okay, so who's excited knowing that we're giving you the gold of how you can become a manifesting queen or king? Who would love to be more of that? Yeah, it's super fun and it's so exciting as well. So let's move on here really quickly. We're going to talk a little bit about the power of purpose. Now, purpose is the reason to do something. I can't say that we've got a vehicle here. We've got this incredible vehicle. Your purpose, your dreams, and your goals is the fuel of what moves the vehicle forward, yeah? So purpose actually gives us direction. We calibrate towards the purpose. Purpose produces a motive. And when we have a motive, which is a reason to do something, something that's compelling, something that's fun to work towards, something that's meaningful for you, right? It causes motivation and it causes that internal production of energy. So you're no longer forcing and hustling and pushing and grinding. You're now moving into flow because you just feel called and compelled to do it. Now, when you're in your zone of genius and you align your business with what it is that you value the most, you will be unstoppable, my friend. We talked about that in our last masterclass 2 weeks ago about the roadblocks to success. And we talked about how to navigate those roadblocks to success and maintain momentum by aligning your dreams and goals with your values, okay? It also gives us that intrinsic energy. It's the fuel to move forward. And as we can see there, if you don't know where you're going, any road is going to get you there, okay? So how do we create your purpose? And this is the opportunity where we get to actually do the work here together today. And this is what I really wanted to create these masterclasses, because who has ever, and give me a number 7 in the box if you've had a great intention of, you know what, that's a great idea. I'd really love to do that, but you kind of never make it happen. Has anyone experienced that before? Like, it's like, you know, I'd love to go and check out that new home that I'd like to buy, or I'd love to go and have a look at that restaurant that I'd love to take my family to when I've got an extra $200 in my, in my purse and my bank account every month, right? Whatever that is. But it's like the intention's there and we're full of intention. But tonight, and what these masterclasses are all about, is we're going to be the practitioner, not the theorist. So what I mean by that is because we've got a world that's full of theorists. They've got the theory, but they don't actually implement. You and I, we're actually going to be doing the work together. Who's excited about that? Yeah. So creating your purpose. A question that I ask you, and I'd love for you to write down now in your journal, and if you haven't got paper and pen, I suggest you go and grab some. But what does your business do? And you might like to play some relaxing music or light a candle as we're doing this work together. You might like to play some inspiring music. I can't play it for you. That's what I normally do. But unfortunately, YouTube, when we record our videos, doesn't allow us to replay the video because of copyright and all that kind of jazz. So if you've got some nice music that you would like to play in your background right now, go ahead and press play. So what does your business do? And the next question is, for what purpose? Bless you, Jade. What is the purpose, Leslie and Melanie and Cheryl? So Anna, I just saw your message there. If you don't own any business yet, are you in the Juice Plus business? You'd like to come off mute? Yeah. So let's refer it to your business with your Juice Plus business, okay? So we're referring this to your Juice Plus business. Somehow just gone through all my slides. Let's go back. Okay. So the next question is, what aspects of your business, the Juice Plus business, is it that you love? And why do you love them? What made you decide to get into this profession in the first place? Why did you start your business, Barbie? Why did you start Charlie? Cheyenne, why did you start your Juice Plus business? I'd love for you to write that down. Let me know if I'm going too fast. If you need some more time, just let me know. And the next question is, what do you believe your business, your Juice Plus business, and in particular, what it is that you love to do, what does that actually provide for your customers and partners? Zara, I see that you've got a brand new team in with us tonight as well. Love to see by a wave of hands who is joining us for potentially the very first time on one of our calls. Who's just getting started with this? Anna, welcome. Anyone else started here in this last, say, couple of months or so? Oh, welcome. Hey, Melissa, lovely to meet you and welcome to our community. Yeah, not sure you're doing? We've got you. You've got a beautiful team support that's here to guide you and share everything that you need to know when you need to know it, and keep it really simple. So Leslie, you're just asking there, what was the last one? Is that the last question? What do you believe your business, and in particular you love, to provide for your customers and partners? Is that your question, my love? Yeah, all good. Charlie rejoined after a few years of letting it just sit there. Yeah, got it. Totally okay. That's what happens, right? It's all in good timing. So now when we think of, oh, my slides keep on skipping forward for some reason. This just goes to show you don't need to be perfect, right? It's safe to be imperfect. That was one of my affirmations for a very long time. It's safe to be imperfect. Okay, so the next question is, what value do you believe that this brings to your customers and your partners? Now, thinking about what pain could your potential customers be in right now that you could be their lifeline, and partners that are getting started with you on your team and on our mission of, you know, changing lives and making the world a better place for the highest good of all, and really inspiring healthy living around the world, and personal development and fun and community and connection, right? All of those beautiful things that is part of the mission that we're on together, of changing lives together, making an impact together. Who loves making an impact and helping people? Yeah, we seem to attract so many gorgeous souls that are servant driven and heart driven as well, right? That want to make a difference in the lives of others. And the beautiful thing about that is, as you make an impact and a difference in the lives of others, your life transforms as well. And we love that it's a win-win for everybody in this community, which is kind of cool, right? Because I remember when I was working in corporate, before I had this beautiful profession come into my world, my goodness, 22 years ago now, you know, I was really unhappy. I was really unfulfilled. I was mentally and emotionally not in a really great space. I was in lack and scarcity financially, and thank God that someone, one of our clients, actually from our traditional business, one of our clients reached out and thought of us and offered us this beautiful network marketing opportunity, and that has allowed me to be a stay-at-home mom for the last 19 years with my daughter, Amy. Right, has provided a beautiful lifestyle that I love. And it's been able to help me to make an impact in the way that I want to help people too. So thinking about your customers and your partners, finishing this sentence here, which gives them a sense of something to something. What is that? You know, is it a sense of belonging to a community? Is it a sense of freedom, whether that's financial freedom for them? Is it a sense of feeling good about themselves as they take care of themselves with self-care? What is that for your potential customer and partner that you care about? Yeah, I love that, Melissa. A sense of worth to achieve. That's beautiful. And if you've got a chance and you can pop it in the chat, please do that as well. I'd love to see what comes up for you. Awesome. So what are your customers trying to achieve? So as you help them and support them and guide them on their health and wellness and fitness and energy journey, what is it for them that they're trying to achieve? Think about what's not working for them right now. And quite often we connect with other beautiful souls that are just like us. We are our first customer. I love that, Ronnie, to be healthy and happy. Beautiful. How does that feel when you say that? I know there's a lot of people out there right now who are not healthy, who are unhappy, right? Melissa, there's a whole bunch of people out there right now, my friend, that don't feel worthy, right? And we're going to be working on that with our masterclasses as well. We're going to be working on our self-worth and actually breaking through that stuff. I'm excited to share that with you. Yeah, so Bronnie, so special, and they listen to your suggestion. Yeah, I love that. So good. What are your partners trying to achieve? So as you enroll people into your vision of the mission that you're on, making the impact that you want to make in the world for the highest good of all, what are your partners actually trying to achieve? Is it financial independence? Is it safety and security? Is it time freedom? Is it so that they can spend more time with their children and not feel guilty about it because the income's coming in? What is it that they're wanting to achieve? Yeah, to help each partner to achieve their goal or dream. Beautiful. I mean, this is not a common conversation that I was having around my lunchroom table in my corporate role. It wasn't until I had beautiful people just like you come into my life, and you guys were the reason I kept coming back. Right? When I had no confidence and when I didn't have any self-worth, when I didn't believe in myself, when I didn't have a purpose, when I was stuck going nowhere in my life with frustration and anger and unhappiness and not experiencing any joy, you guys saved me. Literally. Yeah, so Cheryl, to ease financial pressure. Yeah, it's community certainly gives that, Charlie, 100%, 100%. So what are the key words and the messages that you can identify from all the answers that you've just given above? You might like to just go through what you've already written down and just put a circle or a love heart around the key words that keep on coming up for you. And you might like to share that in the comments below as well, of what were the key words or the key messages that you kind of see as a common theme happening through what you've written down. Yeah, so Melissa, community, worth, freedom, success. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I love how you guys are participating. Thank you. Health. Yeah. Zara, no, that's a huge part of your journey. Who else would like to share the key words? Jade, what's coming up for you? Anna, Leslie, what are the key words that have come up for you? Being yourself, Charlie. Great. Cheryl, what's that for you? Melanie? Health, Anna? Awesome. Yep, Leslie, health, finances, self-worth, life control. Yeah. Who wants to be more in control of their life? Yeah. Who wants to be able to help other people to be in more control of their life? Yeah, so cool. That's a great goal to have. Jade, connection, sense of purpose, community, freedom, growth, prosperity. Beautiful. I love that. Yeah, when we're healthy, we create a beautiful vibe and always positive mindset. Yeah, absolutely. So taking the essence of the answers that you've just written above, go ahead and make a short statement that excites you to be part of. And you could start it with something like, I help people, duh, duh, duh. It's kind of like your elevator pitch. Would anyone like to come off mute and share what statement you came up with that really excites you to be part of? Leslie, I can see yours there. I get to help so many improve their health, wealth, and lifestyle. Beautiful. How does that feel, Leslie, when you say that? Would you like to come off mute?
Pretty noisy here. It makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel proud. It makes me feel really good, but it makes me feel good for them.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. Who else would like to share their statement that really makes you excited, like really lights you up? We have one more person to come off mute and like to share. Be bold and brave enough. Jade, awesome.
So I started to write, I wrote, I want to, and then I changed it to I have. So I have created a beautiful, connected and welcoming community of heart-centered women and mamas on a journey back to themselves, discovering their purpose, mission and self-worth to create choice, freedom and opportunity to dream again and live and create that life of their dreams.
Oh, wow. And how does that feel when you say that?
A little daunting, to be honest, but it's what is in here for me.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have that for others.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And I can also see Charlie there. I get to help people feel better from the inside out, and I feel good knowing that they're helping themselves. Yeah, that's lovely. And Bronwyn, my mission is to raise women up to be financially independent. Yeah, super cool. I love that. How does that feel? Good, amazing. Yeah, so good. I love that. And I love it because I hear when you speak that out as well, we can see it. You know, your face lights up and you're smiling, and it just brings us joy just thinking of that, doesn't it? So think about, where can you put this statement that you can read it every day, because that's the mission you're on. That's your purpose. And when you're aligned with your purpose, that gives us the energy to continue moving forward. Yeah. Okay. So what I'd love for you to do now is I'd love to grab your right arm and just put it up really high in the air, as high as you can go. Stretch really, really high. I just want you to bend at the elbow. Everyone got their arm up? I want to make sure you're all playing full out. Let me make sure everyone's got their arm up. Yes, awesome. And I just want you to bend at the elbow and just give yourself a really big pat on the back, because you've just found out what your purpose is. Yeah. Right? Has anyone often wondered, what am I here for? This is it. This is why you're here. You're here to make an impact in the world with your gifts, with your personality, with you being authentically yourself, not a carbon copy of anyone else, of you being you and what you were born for, and live out the fullness of who you are, because you deserve all these things too. Okay? So who's excited about designing your most aligned life, right? One that you're really excited about, right? One that is really fun to work towards. We're going to go through a goal setting exercise now. And this is a really fun goal setting exercise, okay? And what I'd really love to share with you, because of course, before I let you go on your epic journey of inspiration and self-growth and personal development, I really want to make sure that we've got a goal that's set up for you, at least for this next 30 days, right? If not 12 months, not just any goal, but one that's achievable for you, something that's fun to work towards, something that's compelling and it means something to you. And I'm not sure if you knew that by simply writing down your goal on paper, you're something like 50% more likely to achieve it, right? Just by writing it down, okay? So imagine what happens when not only you write it down, right, on a consistent basis, but we also break down exactly how you're going to achieve that goal, right? And then tracking your daily progress, which your team is here to help you with, okay? So if you've got your upline or your team, make sure you're leaning into them, okay? The last thing that we want you to do is to sit and suffer in silence, all by yourself, in confusion and not knowing what to do next. Reach out to your team support. They're here to guide you, okay? So first, what we want to do is we want to pinpoint your goals and desires, okay? And so if we were to focus on, say, this next 30 days, right, something that's really achievable for you, I'd love for you to start really challenging your thinking power and just start to explore what these goals could look like for you. So we're going to go through an exercise now that's going to help you to take a really good hard look at each facet of your life. And what I'm going to get you to do is to give a rating out of 10 of the relative quality level, so that you can really uncover which areas of your life need more attention than others, okay? So I want you to consider each area of your life like spokes of a wheel. When one spoke of the wheel is shorter than the others, it can throw the whole thing off balance, okay? But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to get a holistic view of your life so you can identify where you're excelling right now and where there's room for improvement, right? To discover where the gaps are between where you are today and where it is that you want to be. But first, we need to go through each area quickly and rate it. Now, after you've given an answer out of 10, and I don't want you to overthink it, I just want you to think of the very first number that comes up for you, okay? But I'd also love for you to name an emotion that comes up when you think about that area of your life, okay? So just, again, name the first emotion that pops up. Don't worry if it doesn't make any sense at this point to you. We're going to wrap a big bow around it when we're finished, okay? So what we're going to do is the very first area of your life that we can see here. Now, there's 7 different areas, and we're going to go through these very quickly. But the very first area of your life is your physical body. You can see it's at the very bottom of our triangle here. That's because it's the absolute foundation of our life. And that's what I love about our Juice Plus business, is because we are giving foundation for people to have success in their world. Okay. So when we think about our health and our wellness, our fitness and vitality and our energy, this is the first area that we need to own. Okay. That's our physical body. So when your physical body doesn't have the energy and the vitality and the strength, right, and the health, the quality of life disappears. So I'm pretty certain that being financially free and being in a graveyard is not your goal. Would you agree? We want to look after ourselves, right? Because when you're thinking about the quality of your life and this area is not strong, there's going to be problems. Okay. So thinking about how happy are you with your overall health, your wellness, and just the general state of your physical body. What would you score out of 10? A 0 out of 10 might be I need to really pay attention to this part of my world, right? 10 out of 10 is I love my body. I have the health and the fitness and the energy and the vitality that I want, that I desire. Okay. Can you still see that orange in front of you, the orange? Yep. Okay, great. Awesome. I thought my presentation had just finished then. Okay, great. So now thinking about this area of your life right now, what's the emotion? How do you feel about this area of your life? Okay, great. So have everyone got a number and an emotion? Yeah, beautiful. Okay, great. So the next area of our life to consider is our mindset, emotions, and meaning. Okay, this is a second area that we need to own and have. That's our mindset, our emotions. So this is our emotional well-being. A lot of people think that if they achieve enough in their life, they'll have true happiness. Yet you might gain some pleasure, but not be entirely fulfilled. Okay, so what you think might make you happy or will make you happy might not actually make you happy. So what is your level of mastery when it comes to your mindset, your emotional well-being, and your mental health? Okay, if you had to write down a list of emotions that you lived in consistently, would you say that the majority of them are resourceful, as in they're creative, you're in an attitude of gratitude, okay, you're in a high vibrational state? Or would you say the majority of them right now in your life, perhaps there's stress, perhaps there's more frustration either with people or with performance, perhaps there's overwhelm, concern, perhaps there's even depression, okay? I work with a lot of people with mental health and actually breaking through to that emotional freedom. We're going to be doing that in our masterclasses coming up. Okay. So how would you rate out of 10 your overall peace of mind, your emotional stability, and just your minute-to-minute mindset? So a 0 out of 10 could be something like, my mindset, emotions, they just get the better of me. Right? I don't have any peace of mind. I don't have peace. Okay. A 10 out of 10 is I rock over my emotions. I feel good most of the time. Okay. And what's the emotion that you experience? You might like to share that in the comments if you feel safe enough to do so. Okay, so the next area that we need to own and take care of is love, relationships, and intimacy. This is the third area of life that is really critical and important, and this is relationships. Relationships is life. When we think about what are the most important relationships that you have in your life, the relationships with the people that you love, your spiritual relationship, whether that's God, divine, higher self, whatever that is for you, the relationship you have with yourself, then you have relationship with your friends and your family, okay? So you could go through and write all of those different relationships and get different numbers and different emotions for every single person in your world, right? the one that I want to focus here on tonight, and if we had to do a stacking of importance, the one at the peak would be your intimate relationship, because it has the ability to cause the most pleasure or pain in our world. Okay. So if you're thinking about your intimate relationship, where would you score out of 10 right now? If you haven't got an intimate partner right now, then it's a 1 out of 10. Okay. So where would you score yourself out of 10 for your intimate relationship? And what's the emotion that comes up for you? Okay. So the next area that we need to own and have, this is the fourth area, is your current resources, particularly when it comes to time. Okay, so thinking about, does time use you or do you use time? Can you manage your day and achieve every single outcome and activity, every to-do, and still be unfulfilled by the end of the day? Absolutely, right? Or are you able to use time to get what it is that you want out of life? So this is thinking about how effective are you at meeting and completing each outcome that you set for yourself in each day, okay? It's being really deliberate with the way that you utilize your time, okay? Being really intentional with what outcomes do you want to achieve in the areas of your life that are important to you, okay? So what would you score out of 10? So a 0 out of 10 could be something like, I stress, I'm in major overwhelm, and I get nothing done. A 10 out of 10 is no, I know my outcomes and I take action and I smash out what I'm intending to achieve on the day-to-day. And how do you feel? What's the emotion that's coming up for you when you think about the way you use your time? You're doing great here, by the way, guys, just so you know. Okay, so the next area, the fifth area of life that you want to, that you need to own and have, is to live out your divine mission. And this is the area that most people actually want to talk about. It's your job, your career, your business, or your mission. And when I say these things, think of them in this way. And which one is it for you? Thinking about, you know, some of you are working for someone at the moment, so you have a job. So you might like to give a score for your job. Some of you have your Juice Plus business and mission, so you would have a different score for that. Okay. Now, from that mindset, is it a where would you score yourself right now out of 10? Okay. A 10 is, you know, I have a mission and I'm completely inspired by what it is that I do. A 1 is that you kind of feel dread, right? And you're just picking up a paycheck, if that. All righty. So how happy and fulfilled are you by your work? Okay, so a 0 could be just working, I'm just doing it because I just want to get that paycheck in, or is 10 out of 10 is like, you know what, I've got a mission and I'm on my mission. And what's the emotion that comes up for you? All good, Bronnie. Totally okay. Thanks for joining us. It was great to see you, beautiful. We'll see you next time. So the next area that we need to own and have, of course, is financial. And you see that we've got to this one at number 6, not because it's not important, it's very important. We all remember times where we felt it was really important because we don't have any finances, okay? A lot of arguments in relationships will revolve around finances. So what would you rate your finances 1 to 10 based on where you are now and where it is that you want to be? Now, the exciting thing is that as a partner with the Juice Plus company on our mission to make an impact in the lives of others, whether it be financial or through their health or through community and support, personal development and mindset, right? We get to offer those solutions to other beautiful people, okay? And that's what I love about this community. So how comfortable right now do you feel about your financial situation, both present and for the future? Okay. A 0 out of 10 could be, my finances is what's holding me back. Yep, Anna, I see that. Anna, sorry, I see that you need to go as well. That's totally okay, my friend. Great to have you joining us. A 10 out of 10 in your finances and your wealth and your lifestyle could be, I've got the money. I just now need to put it to good use. Okay, so Charlie, yep, so 3 now, future 8 out of 10. That's really cool. And what's the emotion that comes up for you? So Melissa, how do you feel when we talk about money? Leslie, Jade, when we talk about finances, how do you actually feel? What's the emotion that comes up for you, Melissa? And Cheyenne? Yep, stressed. Okay, got it. Well, we're going to take care of that. Melissa, not worthy of it. Guess what? We're going to take care of that too. That unworthiness stuff, we're going to be working on that together as well. Okay, great. And then finally, that we put at the very top of the triangle, okay? The 7th area that we put at the peak, because I feel it's the most important area of all, because this one gives our lives a sense of meaning. If we want to have long-term fulfillment, it's about discovering that sense of meaning, right? That contribution and celebration, right? How good are you at making sure that each day you're really feeling a sense that you're contributing beyond yourself, right? That sense of meaning comes through that growth and unconditional acts of love. And it's the only way that you'll feel fulfilled, right? This is what life is about. And if you resist this, you just won't feel alive. And that said, you could actually be good at this, but maybe not good at celebrating your wins along the way, right? And after a while, as we mentioned, your brain gets tired, right? We play it down, but if we don't really stop and celebrate it, life is pretty empty. So what would you give yourself out of 10? Some of you might say, I give myself high on growth, but low on contribution, right? Or I contribute well, but I don't celebrate. Or I celebrate, but I don't really contribute, right? Where would you merge those scores? So how happy, essentially, how happy are you in your ability to lead and help and contribute to the lives of others that are around you, right? A 0 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10 could be, I don't seem to be adding anything to this world beyond myself. Or a 10 out of 10 is I'm a leader and I make a difference in the world. And that's what our community is all about. We teach you how to lead, okay? Which is really cool. So Melissa, you're confident that, yeah, can do a 6 now and 10 soon. I love that. That is super cool. Really cool. Amazing. So now that you have a little bit of clarity, you can probably see through your numbers and the emotions that you're feeling that there's some areas of your life that maybe you want to pay attention to. So what I'd love for you to do now is to go through all those 7 areas and choose the top 3 areas that you want to go next level success in. Okay, you might like to circle those, and you might like to share in our chat which 3 areas that you would love to focus on and achieve something better in that area of your life. Yeah, Zara, I need to find a man. Yep, put it on the list. Super cool. That's a great goal. Who else has got the 3 areas that you want to go to work on? Melanie, Cheryl? Yeah, so Jade, leadership, business mission, financial wealth and lifestyle. Awesome. Leslie, what are those 3 areas for you, my love? And Melissa, physical body, financial, productivity. Awesome. Yeah, so Leslie, the way you use your time, finances, and physical body. Great goals. Awesome. And then what I'd love for you to do, Melanie, financial, wealth, productivity, leadership. Great. What I'd love for you to do is we want to keep this really simple. And part of your homework is to write down what would you actually love in this area of your life. Now, I want you to just have some fun. And I want you to think about fairy godmother has just turned up with her magic wand and said, I grant you all your wishes. What do you ask for? Okay. And I want you just to take the metaphorical belief lid off your mind right now. Okay. And I want you just to have some fun with this, because the beliefs and the self-worth and all that stuff that I don't deserve, that I'm not enough, that I can't have that, we're going to work on that in our next masterclasses. Okay. So don't worry about that mindset stuff right now. I just want you to have a fun time, play a game, and write down what it is that you would actually love. So Zara, for you, in your finding that man in your life, what characteristics do you want? You know, is it someone that you want to travel the world with? Is it someone that you want to hang out and cuddle under the blanket with and watch funny Netflix movies with, right? Is it someone that you want to go and explore restaurants with? Is it someone that you feel connected with? Is it someone that you want it to be sexy and flirty and fun? Like, if we're not having those conversations as adults, there's something wrong, right? Write down exactly what it is that you want. And I want you to imagine that this is like your order to divine, all right? And be really specific with what it is that you want, okay? It's kind of like if I was to ask you to do my grocery shopping, okay? We've got in Newcastle one of my favorite stores, and it is in Derby Street, and it's called Harris Farm Markets, right? I love going there. I'm a bit of a foodie. Any foodies in the room? I love my food. I come from an Italian background, so it's kind of in my bloodstream being a foodie, right? But I love going into Harris Farm Markets, and there are particular things that I like to buy when I go there. So when I write a list, and I was to give you my list to go to Harris Farm Market, and I wrote down, I want some vegetables and fruit and some drinks. And I give you my list, and then you go and do my shopping, and you come back with beetroot, celery, lettuce, and you come back with Coke, right? And you bring all that back, and it's like, well, that's not actually what I wanted, because I didn't write down on my list exactly what I wanted. So if I had written down, I'd like apricot nectar, the little 50 ml bottles, the ones that you flip the cap on. And by the way, Santa Victoria actually makes it. Okay. I would love 5 chat potatoes, and they've got to be washed, not the brushed potatoes, but they've got to be washed, right? And I'd like 5 Granny Smith apples. Make sure they're not bruised. They've got to be green, of course. Not the red delicious. They've got to be Granny Smiths. Are you getting my vibe? We want to be really specific. So when I give you my order, my list, you're going to go and get exactly what it is that I want. The same thing when you're putting in your order with Divine. You want to get really specific. Well, what would you love in your finances? How much money do you want to see land in your bank account every month? Is it an extra $200 a month? Is it an extra $500 a month? Is it an extra $1,000 a month? Is it an extra $4,000 a month? We want to get really, really clear and specific as to what it is that we want, okay? So now what I'd love for you to do is we're going to have some fun with this, and we're going to use this example for your Juice Plus business so that you can then go and do this for the other areas of your life that you value. And this is all about how to set a goal for success, okay? Now, for those of you that it really amazes me, if I'm honest with you, that no matter how many people that I've worked with over the last 17 years, of helping entrepreneurs to create successful lives and businesses that they love while making an impact. How many masterclasses I host, right? I'll always come across at least several people who have either never set a goal before or don't even know where to start, because we're just not taught that stuff, okay? And if these men and women have set goals before, it never ceases to amaze me how vague and uninspiring they are. Like, what in the world does it actually mean to be free, right? What does that mean? And the problem with really vague goal setting is that your subconscious mind is extremely lazy, right? Not lazy in the bad sense, but lazy in the sense that it's always going to take the path of least resistance to bring you what it is that you want while conserving the most energy in the meantime, right? So when you set a goal, I'm just going to use this as an example. I want more money. Your subconscious mind is going to take you in the literal sense, right? So you'll walk by your living room one morning and see a $2 coin hidden beside your coffee table, and your subconscious mind will automatically recognize that you've received more money, right? So to the subconscious mind, your goal was achieved. Mission accomplished. No more work to be done. Even though consciously you obviously meant more than $2, your subconscious mind will always take you literally. So therefore, it's really important that you get super specific with what it is that you want. So I'm going to help you to do that. Give me a 10 in the box below if you're excited about writing out your goal in a way that speaks to your subconscious mind, so it starts looking for the opportunities on your behalf. Who's excited for that? And setting a goal that's effective. Are you ready? Yeah, that's what we're going to do with that right now. So before we do this, what I'd love for you to do is just take a big stretch. Oh, because we're doing lots of great work here together, guys. Oh, I need to take a stretch as well. Everybody stretch over to the left. Everybody stretch over to the right. Yeah, everybody do a Y, M, C, A. Give yourself a round of applause. Woo! You guys are on point tonight. This is why I love hanging out with you, right? Because we get to have fun. So who remembers the acronym SMART in the traditional sense of goal setting? Now, if you don't, basically each of those letters stands for a word to help you guide you in creating a clearly written goal. So S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable, R is for realistic, and T stands for time-based. Now, unfortunately, and if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, in all my 23 or so years of personal development, this acronym bores some of us to tears. I'll be honest, right? So with our fun help, we kind of just switched it up a little bit for us, right? To make it more funner. Who's ready to have more fun? And if you want to have more fun, give us a number 3 in the box below. So S stands for specific and simple, okay? M is measurable, but it's also moving and it motivates us as well, okay? A is attainable. And of course, that's according to your belief system, okay? As well as being actionable. The R stands for realistic. Again, realistic is according to your belief system. Now, we want it to be reassuring, but we also want this to be resonating with you as well. Cheyenne, it's so great to have you on tonight. See you later, my love. And we look forward to seeing you on another masterclass together. Well done for playing full out. So the T stands for time-based, towards what you want, and also transforming. Okay, so when you're creating, let's say, let's work on a 6-month goal. Okay, let's do that just for the exercise tonight. We want to keep this fun version of SMART in mind. So something to think about. The two words attainable and realistic, they're words that people take way too literally. And as a result, they set really small goals for themselves. So small that when they achieve them, they actually don't feel accomplished. Absolutely nothing in your life is unrealistic or unattainable, right? Remember, we live in a limitless universe, and the only limitations that we put are the ones we put on ourselves. If there's something that someone else has, it's physical proof that this exact same thing is possible for you too, right? We live in a level playing field world, and no one is more special than you, right? If you could see what I see in you, you'd be brought to tears, honestly. No one is more worthy. No one is more deserving or more privileged than the next person. Please remember that. The reason these words were left here anyway is because you'll not achieve anything that you don't believe you can't achieve. Okay? And again, we're going to work on those belief systems in an upcoming masterclass. So it's extremely important to keep in mind what you believe you're able to accomplish in this next 6 months period. Okay? If it feels like it's too much of a stretch, it's not because it's impossible. It just means your belief muscle is not strong enough yet to wrap your mind around it. And that's okay, because that's why we have these masterclasses. That's why these teachings exist. We've got you. Okay. So how do we set goals in the right way? Now, if you hang around me too long, expect your thinking to be stretched. Okay. I'm here to lovingly hold you accountable and to push you because I love you. Okay, you're an incredible human being, and you are who I'm standing for, because your life and your dreams and your goals matter to me. Your mission and your purpose matter to me. Okay, we've got you. So our goal together is really to start blowing your mind around what you're truly capable of. Okay, so this general goal setting formula that I was taught, that I've been applying into my life for this last 20 odd years, has manifested incredible results for me that, to be honest with you, I pinch myself these days. I was literally sharing with a group just this last week that I did a big clean out and a declutter of my office. Every time I set a goal using this exact formula that we're doing today, I always declutter my mind, metaphorically, and my physical space, okay, just to make space. And I actually was going through the top drawer of my office. So I'm in my office at the moment at home. And I was going through my top drawer, which is just down on my right-hand side here. And I found this crumpled bit of paper that was kind of folded into pieces of 8. Actually, Sarah, I think sharing at the live She Rises event. That's where it was at. And I pulled out this piece of paper, and there was a list of maybe about 30 or 40 things that I had written out. Now, it was on a Dora Explorer piece of paper that I pulled out of my daughter's colouring in book. Now, Amy's 19 in September. She would have been about 5 or 6 when that was all happening. So say 10 years ago. So these were goals that I had written down 10 years ago that at the time when I wrote them down, I absolutely thought that they were impossible, right? Taking my parents to see their family over in Europe, right? They had not seen them for 30 years, was one of my big dreams. Traveling and having a European summer, right? Every 2 years, being financially free, having time freedom where every single day that ended in the letter Y belonged to me, not my boss, right? I had all of these goals. I wanted to, take my friends out on a catamaran around the Whitsundays, right? I wanted to take my daughter to see Mickey Mouse and watch the Spectre Parade in Paris, Disneyland, right? I wanted to go to Tokyo and stay in the Hilton Hotel where you can see the curvature of the earth because there's millions of people and at night all their house lights are on and you can see the curvature of the earth, right? I wanted to be able to build an orphanage. And at the time, and I'd written these goals down as well about 20 years ago, seemed so impossible. When I pulled out that piece of paper, it's making me emotional thinking about it. But I pulled out that piece of paper because I'd forgotten about what I'd written down. And I've ticked off 95% of those goals. So the reason I share that with you is that whatever it is that you're dreaming about, you're equipped. You're already equipped with the talents and the gifts. You've got everything inside of you. Now this is just about stepping into the truth of what you're created for. And that's why we're here. So as you think about your Juice Plus business right now, what I'd love for you to do is to go through this fun goal setting formula together, okay? And how do we do that? It's in this little framework here. So you might like to take a photo of this. And I'd love for you to think about, it is now, we want to be specific with the time. So let's think about a goal that you want to achieve in this next 6 months, okay? So we're in August now. So let's make that August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Okay, so say by the 28th of February, 2024, and I have. What do you want? And here's a great affirmation that you might enjoy. It's safe to want what I want. The day after your birthday, Melanie. Oh, that's a sign. Very cool. You could make it the 27th, Mel, if you wanted to. Have some fun with that by your birthday. Now, what we want to do is we want to bring all our senses. So I see. What is it that you actually see? If it's finances, I see $500 from my Juice Plus business in my bank, in my St. George bank account every single month consistently. What else do you see? I see the smile on Mick's face when I tell him I'm taking him to the Gold Coast to go to all 3 theme parks for a week and ride all the fun roller coasters, right? Because I just surprised him. What do you see? I see the joy on my children's face telling them that I have the time freedom to come and watch them at their basketball game. What do you see? What lights you up? What do you hear? So I hear the squeals of Mick and Amy jumping up and down because they get to go on the Joker ride at Movie World. What do you hear? I hear my upline saying, well done. Congratulations, you did it. Look at the impact that you're making. I hear God when I get to heaven saying, well done, good and faithful servant. What is that for you? What do you hear? I hear the gratitude and the thanks from my customers and partners. Voicemail message on my phone because I've made a difference in their life. What do you hear? How about I feel? How do you feel? I feel proud. I feel happy because I get to spend more time with my children. I feel fulfilled because I'm now living my life in alignment to my values. What do you feel? What are the feelings and the emotions? And then I have achieved this because, and if you don't get to finish this tonight, that's okay, as I'm very mindful of your time. I want to respect your time and wrap up shortly. And we will in the next couple of minutes. Well done for hanging in there. I've achieved this because. Oh, good, Jade. Absolutely. You might want to just take the next picture, Jade, of this next screen, because that is the end. Okay. So in order to achieve these goals, my 3 actionable steps are, what is that? It could be, one of them could be reach out to my upline and ask, what do I do? Right? Reach out to your support team and ask for help. You're not alone. Is it doing your daily method of operation? You know, is it having conversations with people that I care about each day that I know would benefit from what we have to offer here? What are those actionable steps? What's the logical steps for you to achieve what you want? And the reason that this goal is important to me, why? Why is that important for you? And if you want to go deeper on that one, go 7 layers deep. Okay, what I mean by that is I'm going to use money again as an example because it's a very easy one that a lot of us can relate to. The reason that this extra $1,000 in my account is important to me is because it helps me to pay for the kids' extracurricular activities. Okay, then why is it important for you to be able to help your kids with those extracurricular activities? And just go 7 layers deep on your why. Okay. And the massive imperfect action that I'll take towards my goal today, maybe not today, I'm not sure. It depends if you want to play full out and really make the rest of this day, or maybe it's tomorrow. What's one thing that you could do towards your goal? Okay. And the last thing that you want to do is to put some positive anchors in place. Who's finding this useful? Yeah, awesome. Super cool. Positive anchors are things that we get to put in place to remind us of our goal. I'll give you a really great example. When I had the goal of taking my Amy Jo over to see Mickey Mouse to Paris Disney, which I thought was that impossible goal, you would have walked into my home at that time when I was going for that goal, you would have swore you were in Disneyland. I had Mickey Mouse everywhere. I had Mickey Mouse on my fridge, Mickey Mouse on the steering wheel of my driving to work. I had Mickey Mouse in the second drawer as I opened up the utensils drawer in my kitchen. I had Mickey Mouse on my mirror. Like, Mickey Mouse was everywhere. And every time I saw that picture, it anchored me to my goal of then seeing and feeling and hearing what I wanted for my family. And I remember the day that we went to Paris Disney. Who would love to go to Disneyland, by the way? Who's got that on their dreams list? Yeah, the happiest place on earth. Who's been to Disney? No, not yet. Who knows someone that's been to Disney? Okay, yeah, super cool. And this goes for any goal as well. When I had a goal of having an extra $200 in my bank account, I would put positive anchors everywhere. Cheryl, awesome. I love that. It's so fun. Such a beautiful theme, the underwater theme. Such a dream, isn't it? And so when I got to Disneyland, I remember walking in, and it was with my network marketing company that I was partnering with at the time as well. And that's how I got there. Oh no, sorry, not Paris. Paris was, and this is the problem that I can't wait for you guys to have as well, is remembering what you've done in the past. Tokyo Disney was the one that I achieved with the network marketing company. Okay. And I remember walking into Tokyo Disney, and I remember being in the bathroom and I'm crying because they're playing the Aladdin music. And I would play like the Aladdin music and all the Disney music, like with Amy, because of that goal. That was my positive anchor. But because I had been there so many times in my mind, I felt like I'd already been there before. Does that make sense? Because we experience our goals and our dreams twice. First in the mind, the second in physical reality as you manifest and create that. Yeah. Deja vu. Absolutely, Cheryl. Yeah. So Leslie, your son lives near Disney World in Florida. So the original Disney, right? And you want to take your girls there. Super cool. So positive anchors are things that you put in place. Now, for those of you who are visual, that might be a vision board, right? That might be, I've got in my office here, I've got a picture of, a boat and all sorts of things, right? And they're right in front of me of my next level of expansion. Okay. What is it that you can put into place to remind you of your goal, right? If you look at my tissue boxes, I haven't got one here because it's empty, but my tissue boxes have got the ocean on it because that's the next dream home that I'm working on, right? Near the beach. So what is it that you can put around you that reminds you, I love that, Zara, I've got $100 note, right? So when you see that $100 note, it's just constantly anchoring you, and that reinforces it into your subconscious mind. And so because it's in your awareness now, it's going to start looking for opportunities, right? Which is really, really cool. So think about some fun, positive anchors you can put into place. Now, finally, just before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you for playing full out tonight. I appreciate you being here with us. I'm so excited for what this can be for you. I want to give you a process, and this is totally optional for you to do, but this is a really powerful process. And Zara, I think you've done this one as well, my love. This is called the future self visualization. Now, a lot of the reason that people actually don't move forward or they have resistance in taking those action steps is because there's something in their way. And so this future self visualization, you can actually go into the Juice Plus Australia and New Zealand Facebook page and search future self visualization. Okay. If you get stuck and you can't find it, just send me a Facebook message and I can send it through to you. Okay. So this future self visualization, again, will be working on your unconscious mind and creating safety for your nervous system to actually go there. So a lot of reason that people don't move forward is because they actually don't feel safe to go to a place that they're uncertain about. Okay. Now, when you do this process, it's really important. And this is one of the most laziest processes that you'll ever do. Most of the processes that we actually do together after tonight will be you closing your eyes, being relaxed, right? And me taking you through a beautiful movie in your mind. That's going to be our upcoming processes. Very different to the conscious process that we're doing tonight. Okay. So very relaxed, very safe, and totally powerful, like breakthrough stuff. Okay. So have a look for that future self visualization and make some space for yourself over this next week or two. Set yourself a goal to do this in this next 2 weeks before our next Mindset Masterclass. When you go to do this process, make sure you don't have any people or any children or any pets that can distract you. Make sure that you're in a beautiful, safe, quiet space for you to close your eyes and be guided through that move in your mind. Make sure you have your pen and paper ready as well, And what I'm going to be doing is, as I guide you through that visualization, I'm going to be prompting you to pick up your pen and write down the learnings and the revelation and the wisdom that you need, because we're actually going to be tapping into the highest centers of yourself. Yeah, so you'll actually find that, Melanie, in the Juice Plus Australia and New Zealand Facebook group. Actually, better still, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this screen share. Let me have a quick look to see if I can stop this share. And close this down. And I'm just going to do one quick thing. Visualization. It's called Your Future Self. I am going to copy this and I'm going to pop it in our chat. Would that be helpful? There we go. So if you click on that link, that'll take you straight to the recording of that process. The process itself goes for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But I think at the beginning of that one, there's a little bit of education for you as well. Okay. And then that wisdom and the revelation of change that comes up for you is what you need to move forward, because that's your truth. You're literally connecting with divine. And when you come from that space, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. So, so beautiful. So with that, does anyone have any questions? Just maybe for this next couple of minutes, any questions before we wrap up for the night? No, Leslie, we're all good. Melanie, Melissa, I know tonight was a really big masterclass. It's the longest one that we actually have. Our other masterclasses, we usually do stick to that 60 minutes and no more, but tonight's process is a pretty big one. So I just want to say thank you for playing full out. Cheryl?
I have a question. It's not so much about tonight's class, but the last one that you did, which was done at during the day, I haven't seen a recording up about that one. Is there one available?
There is a recording that's available. I'm just waiting for it to become available for us from our tech team, so our IT team. I'm really hoping to have it in this next couple of days because I know that they're working on it. But if I can't get that recording, I can actually share a recording of the masterclass that's literally exactly the same as that one. Okay, so thank you for being so patient, but we have had a bit of a challenge tech-wise with regards to that particular recording. Okay, so watch this space. Super cool. Anybody else have any questions before we wrap up? Any shares? You're all good? Amazing. Well, so great hanging out with you. Incredible people tonight. I'm super excited for this next chapter. I'm really excited for the next Mindset Masterclass that we've got coming up in a fortnight's time. That one is going to be epic. But before that, next week, Fee Rai has her product masterclass next week. And I know that that's going to be huge as well. So be great to connect with you guys on that one. And until then, take care, God bless, and bye for now. See you.